Salgado, and I'm doing my informative speech on how to listen genuinely to a person. I have my son Sean here. Say hi, Sean.
Okay.
And he's going to be helping me demonstrate how to properly listen. There's many steps that you can take and many things that you can look at. One of the first things that we need to make sure is when you're going to start to listen to somebody, to make sure that you set the tone. If you're in a noisy place, try to get in a place where it's quiet and there's not a lot of distractions going around. You also want to make sure that you have proper lighting. You need to turn away any electronics, your cell phone, put it on vibrate or turn it off. Your attention needs to be fully 100% to the person that you're listening to. Just like I am with my son right now. The other thing is, another step you have to do is the visual gestures that you do. So for me, when I'm speaking to somebody, I want to make sure there is no obstacles, nothing between us, because they need to know that I am open to them. I want no barrier that shuts down the communication between me and the person. The other thing is that you need to make sure that you look at them visually. Not always looking at the floor or looking onto the side or looking up, because that just shows that you're not paying attention to the person. The other thing is as well is you don't want to be slouching when somebody's talking to you or moving around, or you don't want to be sitting down and with your arms crossed, because that cuts off the communication between the person. Even though you may be speaking something, the way that you carry yourself is totally different than what you're trying to give off to the person that you're listening to. There's also other things. Sometimes your visual expressions is different than what you're speaking. So I may be looking at him and I'm very angry, but my words are like, oh, I feel so sorry, but I'm angry. Of course, the person's going to shut down, is not going to want to speak to you. So you need to make sure that you're careful with your facial expressions. Also, we do have the PowerPoint that we just passed on, I think it was Persuasive, where it says how to listen to a person and how to sit, and I use that as a resource as well as myself. And the last thing that I want to say is communication is very essential for being able to listen to somebody genuinely. So if I'm speaking to him, I don't want to interrupt him when he's speaking. I want to let him talk all he needs to talk. Well, right now he's not speaking at all. But it should be originally letting him talk, vent. Sometimes people want you to listen and not say a word. They don't want you to fix the problem or the issue. They just want to bounce their concern or their response off of you. Don't be quick to judge, even though they tell you something that you would never agree to, because then the person wouldn't have that confidence to come to you to be able to speak. Make them feel safe. Make them feel that, that they are able to make that decision that they want to make. Make sure that you repeat some of the words that they tell you, because they want to make sure that you're listening to them. You could be just looking, or your mind may be in another world, and they can actually tell when they ask you a question and you don't repeat exactly what they just said. And you also want to make sure that you actually care for them. So you can put a gesture depending on how good or comfortable you feel with a person. You can put your hand on their arm, or if the person is crying, of course, to give them a hug and comfort them, because it's something natural that we look for, that we want that comfort from our siblings or our friends, even our co-workers. Every once in a while we do need that pat in the back, or that comfort that we've been looking for. So this is my take on how to genuinely listen, and that's all I can tell you. From being a director, from being a mom, from being a friend, wife, there's so many things that we can look at. I know sometimes it's small little tiny things that we we don't look at the visual or the communication or even how we're sitting with a person. So I hope this helps you in a way, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.